Let's take questions for Coach.
Coach, obviously, Kyra Ward right there at the end. What can you say about her status?
She's going to be fine. It scares her more than anything. Her lower body is like anytime something touches it, even if you tickle her, she's like, so I think Miss Karen's going to get her ready to go. But before I get going on anything, our God is an awesome God. He reigns. We're going through a lot here. We're going through, when you win games, it's supposed to be higher than if you don't win the game. But I just know that these kids in the locker room has been percolating and really working hard to understand each other, become a sisterhood, and really fighting for something bigger than themselves. And to see that displayed and also come out being down by 7 going into the fourth quarter, I just said it's a resiliency that we're really going to really lock into, and hopefully we can bring that for the rest of the season.
NC State, you guys were right there, but finally, put it all together today. What can you say about your team's ability to put the last one behind you and move on to this one?
It's not about the last one. It's about finishing what we started. We've been, in the fourth quarter, been in a panic mode. I said aggressive composure. Be aggressive, but don't lose your composure. We almost lost it a couple of times down the stretch in this game, and we had to remind them we're not too high. And same with me. I got to not lose my composure. And I thought the officials, I've been on them hard. And so today, I thought they were really fair. I thought they were very on top of it, and I appreciate that. And I obviously was getting better too.
Olivia Schmidt didn't play the whole game. Then he threw around there in the fourth quarter, and she was kind of the lead guard as you guys continue to try and hold off Clemson. What can you say about her performance?
I just think that we have everybody can play. Dom did a great job of leading us. To getting us to the point where Liv can come in. Georgia played a point for us a little bit, and Liv understood the responsibility of it all. And I tell you, last time we put her out there in that circumstances, she did okay, but she had a little bit of nerves. But this time she stayed locked on ready, and I think that her future is going to be absolutely bright here.
How about the way Maddie Potts kind of answered the bell? Her first collegiate start, she comes in, pours in 15 for you. How can you talk about her play for today?
I tell you what, even that last play on the sideline, and she went against what we thought was supposed to be the call, and she made a guard decision, an instinct decision. And I'm telling you, Maddie Potts is going to be a feared person in this conference because that three ball is really going in. Now she's trying to drive it a little bit too. So I'm excited about our future. I'm excited about our now. We just got to continue to lock in and expect great things for us, not anybody other than ourselves. I think that we get so down on ourselves that we forget that we actually are a good team. I know the record doesn't say that, but the heart shows it every day in practice, and so we fight on it.
How can you guys continue to build on this one into this final month and a half?
Well, first we get the chance to relax and for a minute. We have a bye day on Thursday. We got to get healed up. We've been going for the whole shebango, and I think that once we get ourselves some time to rest, give them a couple days off, we're going to get back to work. And I think that the light is on now. The light says, let's continue and fight for one more week outside of what is promised to us. How do you do that? You got to keep winning, right? And so that's what our goal is.
You talked about that belief at the end of that last game about your team coming back in the fourth quarter. What was different about this fourth quarter that kind of propelled them to victory?
I never looked in their eyes and they looked like, oh my goodness. They looked like, Coach, what's the call? Coaches were like, oh, I see what they're doing. Let's try this now because they hit us with this match here. Let's chess match these cats. And so I really like the tone of our bench, the tone of my coaches, and I listen. And I think that that's the difference. Before I can see their eyes and they're shifty and they're worried, and not one person, even the ones that's in the back row, looked like they were flustered. And so that's a sign of a team that's coming, and we are.
Coach, it seemed like it was a little too easy for Clemson offensively in the first quarter. What was the defensive changes, and can you just talk about the key steals down the stretch from your team?
They do a tremendous job of suckering you in because they drive it so hard that you bite the bullet and you go in, and it just hits you with all those amazing three-point shooters he has. He's done a tremendous job of recruiting in 1 year. And what we decided to do is say, okay, give him the two. Give him the two, and let's stay out there on the three. And we were able to get some steals because of that.
Any more questions for
Coach? Last one for me. Burroughs had just a couple points today. Woolley was kind of limited throughout. But you guys turned to other players. How can you build on this depth scoring today that you had from other players into the rest of the season?
Everybody understands that. Shai didn't play a minute, and I think that she's going to be ready to go too down the stretch. And Jill didn't have as many minutes as she should have, but could have, I should say, because other people stepped up. We're not about Georgia or Sophie being our go-to people. We have a go-to team. Everybody's on a scholarship for a reason, and we have to step up what our numbers call. And today, Liv and Maddie and the bigs, our bigs are amazing. Nobody's talking about how, 2 double-doubles, career highs for both. Are you kidding me? I mean, that's our foundation are our bigs. Our bigs are really going to be, down the stretch, going to have to really show up. And today they showed up and showed out. And I got to praise those guys as well.
Thanks.